As a vicious woman, she never thought of it. This little wolf cub is scheming like this, directly in front of outsiders. Pretend to be a caring boyfriend. Facing Zizou's sudden feeding, Feng Yufei said unceremoniously, "The thing I hate the most is chicken soup. If I remember correctly, 8 years ago, you could drink several bowls at a time. You also said 8 years ago. I don't like it now, so what do you like?" The man's tone is still gentle like water. "Mix in rice. I also need to pick up a shelled shrimp meat. Especially fried meat. All the diced carrots inside should jump out." Su Ronger, who was on the side, broke out in a cold sweat. "You must know that these three highnesses are by your side. Guan is notoriously cold-blooded. Anyone who offended him was beheaded. How dare this Miss Feng be so presumptuous?" The next second, the man took the shrimp shell seriously. This made Feng Yufei feel so vicious. "Little Black. Are you saying he's a little too dedicated?" Little Black advised him to feel at ease. "At least you blocked the arrow for him. It's okay to call if you're injured, even if he didn't poison you. Then he was mean to you a few days ago." At this moment, Feng Yu, the scene of that day instantly appeared in Fei's mind. "I can't help but blush to the root of my ears." But it happened to be seen by Zizou on the side. Mistakenly thought he was sick. Zizou, who had a fever, hurriedly stepped forward to ask what was going on. This made Feng Yunfei's shy head smoke up. Su Ronger on the side laughed out loud. "I'm afraid it's not a fever but shyness." After saying that, he left the room very wisely. Feng Yunfei naturally picked up the rice bowl and started cooking. "Miss Su has left. You don't have to pretend, I'll eat it myself." Zizou watched dotingly from the side. After a while, Feng Yufei, who was full, wiped his mouth, watching Zizou stand up with bad intentions. "Can't help but ask, what are you doing? I was the one who carried you in just now. You shouldn't be pretentious to say sorry now. Let me carry you out." Feng Yufei muttered his mouth angrily. "This guy is nasty." It was awkward enough now that he said that. "If I nod, doesn't it prove that there is a ghost in my heart?" And that's what he did. Once again, he was carried by Zizou all the way out of the Shangshu mansion. Inside the Prime Minister's mansion on the other side, Feng Yin, then deliberately in front of the Prime Minister. "Pretend to be worried, Dad. Sister hasn't come back so late. Why don't I take a few servants out to find it?" "No, he will live in the third prince's mansion in the near future. You go back to the house early to rest." Feng Yanren panicked instantly when she heard it. "Sister, he is a young lady who has not yet left the cabinet. How can you stay in the third palace? This is going to go out. It will definitely damage my sister's reputation." Compare these false names. Prime Minister Feng is more worried about the safety of his daughter. What's more, a few days ago, the two were met on the spot by everyone in the palace. "It's time to talk." But Feng Yanren said, he exchanged letters with His Highness for 8 years. The friendship is deep. But Prime Minister Feng is a veteran. How can you not understand the thoughts of these people? If you and His Highness are really in love with each other, naturally no problem. But your sister stayed at the third prince's mansion. It was proposed by the third highness himself. Feng Yanren's face turned livid when she heard the words. Unwilling to believe it, he turned around and was about to go to the third prince's mansion. Ask clearly. But was directly stopped by Prime Minister Feng. "If His Highness really likes you, less than this time and a half. If he doesn't have you in his heart, even if you go now, it won't change anything." Feng Yanren angrily slapped his palm open. "Daughters too. But why is Daddy always so biased?" Speaking of which, Prime Minister Feng couldn't help but feel a little sad in his heart. If it weren't for Feng Yanren's mother's design, she gave birth to him, then his wife wouldn't die either. But even so, he still gave Feng Yanren the care she deserved. Even the food and clothing expenses are the same as Fenger. But to really compare, no one can compare to the phoenix, the weight of the child in his heart. In order to prevent Feng Yanren from making a noise, Prime Minister Feng directly ordered someone to send him back to the room, not allowed to take half a step. On the other side, Zizou tasted several bowls of desserts. Always said it didn't taste right. Feng Yufei was puzzled. Mingming asked the chef to cook it according to his steps. It's impossible to go wrong. But Zizou still insists on the taste of this dessert. It's not the same as 8 years ago. Mang Yufei was so angry that he couldn't do it. "You drink 8 bowls in a row. Said it didn't taste right. I think you are purely deliberately making things difficult." How could Zizou cover his head, pretending to have a headache? The king has a headache and can't sleep. If you can't find a way to coax this king to sleep, then don't even think about sleeping today. You stay with this king like this until tomorrow morning. Feng Yufei endured his anger and asked him what he wanted. Zizou asked the servants to withdraw the desserts, while letting Feng Yufei talk to him about Feng Yanren thing. Feng Yufei can't help but tease you for caring so much. Why don't you ask him yourself? Zizou picked up the pillow beside him, quietly behind Feng Yufei. Isn't it just chatting with you now? You just have to pick the words that matter. Some sleepy Feng Yuefei Dong said something. Just a word. As a child, Feng Yanren was delicate and sensitive, and very precocious. He has lived in Zhuangzi with his mother since he was a child. Until the age of 5, he only lived in the Prime Minister's house after his mother passed away. To appease me not to bully him, he often buys me all kinds of gifts. But Yanren felt that they are partial to my sister. Then why don't you tell him directly? That's because Yanren's mother died indirectly. My mother, it's good that I don't embarrass him. I'm not obliged to make him happy. Feng Yufei suddenly opened his eyes unhappily. No, are you apologizing for him? Zissou had a smirk on his face. I didn't say anything. Why don't you talk about the 8 years I've been away? What's the matter? Feng Yunfei propped up his head and said Bela Bela. Zissou kindly put a blanket on him. When he came to the opportunity, he began to ask Feng Yu. Fly your own business. Feng Yufei, who didn't realize he was in the trap, and talking about his heroes. Zissou listened to the deeds with relish. In fact, all he wanted to hear was Feng Yufei's own story. But if not, with his personality, I'm afraid he doesn't want to say more at all. Not long after, Feng Yufei couldn't bear the drowsiness. Fell into a deep sleep. Woman entered the dream. Feng Yufei, continue to tell me stories tomorrow.